let's talk about anxiety. Hello, it's Amanda back with another video. If you are new to my channel, welcome to my channel, and if you are not new, you already know that I love you and I appreciate you more than the entire world and more than you will ever know, and I thank you for coming to another one of my videos. So we're gonna talk about anxiety. I'm gonna tell you how I cope with my anxiety and how you can cope with your anxiety too. The first thing that I do when I notice my anxiety getting a little high is I try and control my breathing. I know that in the moment it's really hard to control your breathing, especially when you feel your heart starting to go. But first thing you gotta do is control your breathing and be present. Remind yourself, hey, I'm here in this moment. I'm not 10 seconds ahead, I'm not 10 seconds behind, I'm right here in this moment. So focusing on your breath and being present is a huge thing for me that I do. If I feel myself starting to spiral, I'll just take one breath in and then let it out. I feel like a total yoga Zen master, but whatever. You just do that a few times. And you'll notice your heart rate start to go down and your thoughts become a little clearer. Another thing that I do all the time is journal. I try and journal every night because it really helps me organize my thoughts. It also helps me realize what's bothering me. Like if I find myself journaling about one specific thing a few days in a row, then I know that I need to pay more attention to that issue. And journaling is just a great way to basically vent. Like, all of us like to talk, all of us like venting. Even if we say we don't, we do. And literally anybody can do it. All you need is a piece of paper or a notebook and a pen, pencil, marker, even paint. You can paint some words. You can do anything to just express your feelings and how you're feeling. It doesn't have to be a big therapy thing. Just do it, you know? Journaling is something that really, really helps me get back into control and organize myself. For those of you who are not new to my channel, you know that I struggle with depression and anxiety. I worry a lot about things happening to the people that I care about. Like, what if my parents were to get into a car accident? Or what if my dog was to die? Or what if I were to get cancer, totally out there things that most likely won't happen. But I just can't stop worrying about it, and it literally consumes my thoughts. And it doesn't even have to be that big, like anxiety about a test or a job or, anything. This applies to all of that. You can stop focusing on the negatives and focus on the positives, which again, I know in the moment is super hard to do. But instead of saying, oh my goodness, what if my parents get into a car accident? Or oh my goodness, what if my dog dies? Or oh my goodness, what if I get cancer? Say, wow, I'm so grateful that my parents are healthy and happy. Wow, I'm so grateful I have a dog. Or I'm so grateful that I'm happy and that I'm healthy. Instead of worrying about your job Be grateful that you have a job. Instead of worrying about the test that you're about to take, be grateful that you have an education. I know it's really hard to do in the moment, but that's where mindfulness comes in. That's where being present comes in. It's so important to learn how to be mindful and be present in the moment that you are in, because too often we're consumed by social media and just the internet. I say we're consumed by the internet, but yet here I am making a YouTube video to post on the internet. But a lot of us just forget to be in the moment, me included. I find myself worrying about things that happened in the past that I have no control over, and I find myself worrying about things that haven't happened yet. One thing that you can do to practice mindfulness is I call it realizing your senses. Something that I learned in therapy. Pick 5 things that you can see, 4 things that you can hear, 3 things that you can touch, 2 things that you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. And it really helps you to bring yourself back to where you are. Like 5 things that I can see. I can see the grass. I can see the towel that I'm sitting on. You can't see it, but I can see it. I can see the trees behind me. I can see my dog who just walked away from me. I can see my scrunchie on my wrist. I don't know if that was 5 things. I can hear the wind in the trees. I can hear the waterfall from my pool. I can hear the construction going on down the street. I can feel my hair. I can feel the grass around me. And I can feel my skin. I can smell the freshly cut lawn, and I can smell the chlorine from my pool. And I can taste ever so slightly the orange that I ate before filming this. See, it's not hard. I just practiced mindfulness, and you can too. Some things that you can do when your anxiety just really gets going and it seems like there's no calming it down. Listen to music. You can watch a movie. You can watch TV. You can go for a walk. You can do chores or organize. You can exercise or draw or write or paint. You can spend time with your dog. You know, all of these things are all of these things you can do. And they're so simple. There are so many things that you can do to combat your anxiety. It's also important to know what triggers you. For me, I am triggered by stress, food, and overwhelming thoughts. I do not handle stress well. I do not take stress lightly. In the past, I had some very unhealthy coping mechanisms to deal with stress. I am not going to tell you what they are. If you want to check out my video about me talking about my battle with depression, I will put it in right here. But I just don't handle stress well, and I get stressed out so easily. The littlest things can make me stressed. Also known as the littlest things can cause me anxiety. I suffered from an eating disorder. And so while I'm doing better now, there are still times that I find myself consumed with the thought of food or what I look like, or I start comparing myself to other people, or I freak out about how many calories are in something. And that also brings me a lot of anxiety. And then overwhelming thoughts just about stupid shit. You know, anxiety is just really shitty. Okay? Anxiety is just really, really freaking shitty. When you're in the moment and you feel a high stress situation coming on, or you're in the middle of an anxiety attack and you don't know what to do to calm down, number one thing to do is focus on your breathing. Just breathe. Literally, inhale. And then exhale. You might only be able to go for 2 seconds at first, but then as your heart rate starts to come down, you're able to go for 3 seconds. And you'll just start to calm down. Noticing the signs of an anxiety attack or panic attack is also very important. Some of the signs are sweaty palms, shaking, trembling, hyperventilating, nausea, dizziness. There's a bunch of others, not everybody's different. Those are the main signs for me, at least. When I'm in it, I hyperventilate, and so I get really dizzy, so I get really shaky, my palms sweat. The number one thing that you have to do is breathe. Just focus on your breathing. The other thing that is very important is to relax. Relax your muscles, relax your mind. The thing that I do that really helps me, if I'm sitting or if I'm in a place that I can't lay down, I will sit up straight as I can, and I'll count back from 100. And as I'm counting back from 100, I'll imagine like I'm draining something. Like you start here, and as you're counting back from 100, all of your worries are just going down. Same thing for if I lay down. You know, sometimes I even do this to fall asleep if I can't fall asleep. I'll lay down straight, hands by my side, legs straight, and I'll count backwards from 100, and just imagine I'm draining something, and what I'm draining is all my stress and all my worries and all my anxiety about stupid shit that I shouldn't be worrying about. Listen, everyone's thoughts are valid. Just because I say that I'm thinking about stupid stuff doesn't mean that you are, okay? Everybody is valid. Everybody's thoughts are valid. You are valid. And it's okay to have a little bit of anxiety every once in a while. That's healthy. It's when it starts to consume your everyday life. That's when it becomes a problem. Anxiety attacks are scary. Anxiety is paralyzing. You feel hopeless and helpless in the moment of an anxiety attack. And I understand that. I understand that 100%. And if you are ever struggling, know that I am here for you. I am here for you 100%. I hope that these tips helped you. These are the things that I do that really help me. Tell me some of the things that you do that help you with anxiety, because I'm open to anything. I'll try anything. If it helps you, it might help me. Leave a comment telling me what you do. I hope that all of you are having a wonderful day or night or morning or afternoon. Wherever you are in the world, I hope that it is wonderful, because you are wonderful and you deserve all of the wonderful things in life. You really freaking do. I mean it. You might not feel like you do, but you really do. I love you all so much. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!